So what exactly is linear probabilistic modeling? Well, as you know, there are tons of different probability models that people use to represent different types of situations. So let's find out what's so special about LPM. Using a linear probabilistic model is helpful when you need to represent a situation that is complicated and involves a lot of uncertainty. So don't be like this guy, and instead use LPM to solve all of your problems. But don't be intimidated by all of the fancy words or by all of the crazy formulas, because this probability model actually closely resembles the slope formula, which has a y-intercept that we all learned about in elementary school, which makes sense since LPM is a special case of the linear regression model. Engineers use this model to help predict certain outcomes by analyzing the graph produced by the given data. Epsilon, which represents the expected error in the formula, helps dictate whether the data point will fall above, below, or on the regression line, depending if the epsilon value is above, below, or equal to 0. Say you are working with a group of engineers to make sure the next rocket launch goes off smoothly, and someone points out that a specific part of the rocket may be defective and could cause a failed launch. This is a perfect example of when and how engineers would use LPM to model a high-risk situation and to estimate the probability of the part being defective. But even this model has its flaws. By using this model, you can produce probabilities under 0 or over 100%, which is not necessarily good when completing experiments, since you can't have a probability below 0 or above 1. The data also becomes less accurate as you approach the ends of the linear regression line. Linear probabilistic modeling also has great benefits. With this model, it is easier to aggregate or combine data from several different measurements. The linear probabilistic model is known for its simplicity and ease of interpretation, which is why a lot of people prefer this model over other probability models. So even if you don't think you've ever seen linear probabilistic modeling in use, I can guarantee that you probably have at least once. All sorts of jobs use this type of model, from doctors to engineers. In the doctor's office, you would have seen results of a test, such as positive or negative, which was produced by LPM. So now you know. Engineers use linear probabilistic modeling to estimate probabilities of binary outcomes through linear regression. Basically, you can estimate a distribution when the expected value of y is a linear function of x. And there you have it. I hope now you know just a little bit more about LPM than you did this morning.